What's up, family? Welcome back to the Stop Sinking Show, where we go from struggle to flow. I had this sort of sad but reality check of a thought while making food the other day, which is something I wasn't very used to doing. Cooking, not the thinking that I do, unfortunately, too much. Now that I'm alone and I don't have anyone cooking for me, I found it painful to realize how quickly we get used to the absence of something, to a new way of being. It's beautiful in the same regard. We are so adaptable that no matter what we are used to having in our life, no matter how long, it really only takes a couple of weeks of getting used to an entirely different way of life and almost not having connection to that feeling of how it used to be, except for some memories of how it used to be, which is only if you let yourself feel them. And I'm sure you can conjure up emotions if you really go down that road, but it's not the place that you operate from most of the times. We just adapt, get used to how things are, no matter what's missing, no matter what's left, no matter how much of a void it creates, it all gets filled up. We keep moving. We're more durable than we realize. The human spirit is something that endures. Now, that only got me to realize another thing. The people in your life that actually are in your life are placed there on purpose. And not some grand purpose, but the meaningful, purposeful attempts and effort each one of you are putting into each other's lives to continue and remain present. That kind of purpose. I have friends I haven't seen in over a decade, but who find a reason, pick up on a conversation, send a link, share a story, or anything almost on a daily basis, just so we remain a part of each other's lives. It's purposed. There's effort there, even if it isn't efforted or forced. The effort is still there because the easiest thing to do is always apathy, to not care, to put in no effort, to make no attempts, to have no desire or follow-up or stay connected at all. And combine that with the realization from before, what I felt was a huge sense of gratitude. Because we are so adaptable, it would really take nothing for these friends of mine to go about their life and forget I ever existed. It takes almost nothing. It would be a few weeks before I would be a distant memory. We're all caught up in our own main character story, as we should be. Everyone else plays an ancillary role. No matter how additive to the storyline, you're still the main character. So I wouldn't blame anyone if they were caught up in their main character development, that years go by and we don't get a chance to remain connected. I wouldn't be upset about that. I know the love is still there. We often pick back up where we left off, but even that doesn't have to be the case. The point is, we are blessed. And I mean that word as fiercely as I can. Blessed. That the people in our lives are in our lives because they don't have to be. And we don't have to be in theirs. The efforts we put in are to be cherished. No matter why we're doing it or the voids that the person fills from you or whatever you think you get from them that you don't have already, none of it really supersedes your own self-indulgence, your own being lost in your own story. No one really has to stay in touch with anyone, meaning you can easily just give those up and fill it with something else, all the voids, or go fill other voids and forget about this one for a while. But the fact that we're adaptable, forever shifting, in a world where nothing really has sustaining value, the value that people do add to your life is to be honored, because they can just as easily not. No one needs anyone. No one has to be around anyone. No one needs to keep anyone in their life, because the pain of that they won't feel past a couple weeks. We get used to things so fast. So the fact that people do, the people that do, keep those people close, honor them, cherish them, make memories. Because if we can get used to the best and the worst of situations, people right now are living in abject poverty and in war zones, but their spirit is still so resilient, most of them go about their normal lives. So we can get used to anything. And the fact that someone has you in their life, puts up with you, wants you there. It's clear because they can just as easily get used to not having you there and being without. Then it only makes sense to honor that as the choice that it is. It's purposeful. It's not on accident. That your life, your love, looks the way that it does. It's all placed in perfect order, on purpose. I love you, family. Stay true always. I'll see you on the next show.